Alrighty, turn 13, December 19th, 1941. Let's see if this turns a little more exciting than the last. I took Foochow, my free base, which isn't really good because I was taking it anyways. Sweeping more mines at Hong Kong. I sent more minesweepers over to Hong Kong too, because apparently, from what my notes say, there's around 400 mines that started Hong Kong, minus whatever has deteriorated. So I don't want to spend, a week clearing mines. Should be landing on all these islands here. Yep, there's the third. Coast Watchers, you lie so much. Come on, come on. Yes! One hit, one dud. That was bullcrap. 2 would have sunk that puppy. More runway bombings. Not a great performance. What's the weather there? Oh, clear sky. Should have done better than that. Now that Hong Kong is mine, I need to start looking at my next set of targets in China. Start hitting them so they can't build forts. Changsha is a big one. There's a good performance, 17 hits. '86 bombers hitting Bataan. Let's see what they can do. Not much AA. Of course, as I say that, I lose a Betty. Only 7 at moderate rain. That's a good hit. 90 casualties, even in thunderstorms. I'm bombing that unit in Manila, so if it's trying to get away, it won't be able to. Until I smack it. waves there, severe storms. Bombing Georgetown, see what we get. What's the weather there? Light cloud. Okay, so I hit the fortress and the one battalion. Hit the fortress again. Moderate rain. The 64th Corps is there. There's still a bunch of Chinese troops there. So I did a test attack this round on Wen Chao, on land forces there from my Betty's, I think it is, in Nagasaki. So when any aftermath, we'll check and see if it reset to no target. Because if it did, that means there's no ground units in Wen Chao. That's how you can tell why some bombers don't fly, because you tell them to go hit a target that doesn't exist. That might be the unit supposed to be hitting Wen Chao. Alright, decent AM phase, no big targets hit. Just runways and troops. So I mean the normal for a while until Dean starts sending, until we start getting close enough to start seeing each other again. If he's plans for Robin, I can't do much about it. Alright, here's my Manila attack. This should be a foregone conclusion here. Yep, we're beating on that unit. Yep, Manila's ours.
Everybody. How's tricks? This is Orphan Anne from Radio Tokyo, saying hello to all of her dog faces and boneheads wandering the Pacific Islands. Before we start the music, the Japanese High Command announced today that the ever-victorious forces of the Japanese Empire have captured Manila.
Alrighty, thank you there, Orphan Anne. Pretty straightforward attack here. We lost 20 wounded. They lost 860. Most of theirs were destroyed, you can see. Basically, from these numbers, looks like a quarter or to a third of that regiment is completely gone. Not counting whatever disablements and that it suffered from the retreat. So he retreated up to Clark. All he's going to do is suck up a bunch of supplies to try to get combat worthy again. Taking the last island here, except for that dot base. Their attack on Monado. There we go. And the enemy units there surrender. We don't have to chase them through the jungle, which is a real pain in the ass. 20 count, 20 wounded, almost 1,000 enemy troops destroyed. Alrighty. We'll take this one. And that's all the combat here. We'll build some base facilities. Alrighty. Once this turn is completely done, we will go over it in a few minutes. Shoot a couple ships this round, I think. A couple sub chasers, I believe. Yep, here they are. And a 15th Regiment up in Bangkok. That's useful. Alrighty, we'll be back in a minute to go over the aftermath. Alrighty, a pretty good turn there. Not a ton of action, especially not in the sea. We haven't seen an actual enemy ship for quite a while, but we got some good bases captured this turn. So let's go ahead and look at some stats here. I'm up to 3,700 points. He's down to 9,600. Big point swing going on. Capturing some good bases. Lost points. He's up to 616 army points lost. I'm still at 75. Sunk ships for him keeps creeping up. Mine are staying stable. Let's go ahead into air losses for the turn. Says 11 planes were lost. 1 of his, 10 of mine. Looks like he lost another PBY. I lost 5 Nels and flak. Probably over Singapore is my guess. 1 Betty, probably over Singapore as well. And the rest were all ops losses. So I lost 10 aircraft. Ooh, 8 pilots. That's not good. Alrighty. Tomorrow I'll get an AMC with some float planes. Then it'll be a month before I get any other planes. Upcoming ships. Like the AMC, then a tanker, and so forth. 12 days, this will be January 1st. I get a bunch of ships. 8 days, I get a part of a naval guard unit. On the 1st of January, I get a bunch, including a brigade and a bunch of larger base forces, not the small Air Force ones. Going into my production. Alright, 5 Oscars, 4 Kates, 2 Nels, 2 Vals, 2 Zeros. Looks like 1 of everything else. Alrighty. What deflectors we build? Ton of support. Bunch of infantry. We're starting to replace those squads we lost probably in China. More tanks. So we must be upgrading tanks now. Howitzers, we're upgrading engineers, so forth. Yep. Alrighty. Let's go ahead and take a look at the combat report. Had a sub action here south of Silver Baja. We've got an enemy tanker we put a torpedo into, and well, we fired two, hit with both, but one was a dud. That kind of sucks. If we hit with both, that tanker would have almost definitely sunk. Hong Kong, we cleared 102, 203, 102, 193, 194, 240. There can't be many mines left. Maybe one more day of clearing mines and Hong Kong should be good to go. Here's me capturing bases. Me landing at several new ones. Four new bases we landed at this turn. All the air attacks. All one-sided on mine. The signet report. Let's see anything. Hey, Clark Field is active. Tacoma, Batavia. Yeah, nothing really surprising. Let's go to the ops report. The unknown categories. I always like to go through here, see if anything sticks out. Me transporting troops in Kwangtung around to meet the small garrison requirements. Transport supplies to Ankang. Reassessing some float planes. Units upgrading. And some CVL aircraft upgrading as well. Troops lost overboard. Task force being spotted. Me spotting enemy ships. Replacement planes, repairs, pilot dying, a dyna down for maintenance, bases captured, fortifications, and our facilities being built, damaged planes, Coast Watcher pointless reports because none of them are actually mean anything. And we got a one land combat unit of a regiment and two sub chasers up in Tokyo. Or not Tokyo, but up in Japan. Alrighty, so that's the extra stuff here. Let's go ahead and go through. Up in Burma, as usual, nothing's going on yet. We still... This guy's almost into the next hex, which will be even slower because we got a trail going into it, but nothing going out of it, so that'll take a while. We arrived at Tavoy with okay, good, an infantry battalion. I thought maybe my artillery might get there first, which would be kind of funny. The rest of these should be close. Yeah, 44. Actually, only the regiment's close, it looks like, but that's plenty. Battalion should be able to take Tavoy. It looks completely empty. Unloading at Bangkok. Unloading here. Patani. Men moving to Georgetown. We're at 44. 44, yeah. They will all go into Georgetown, most likely with a shock attack next turn. The division is not moving yet. It should have been. But he'll get on his way. Then we got artillery moving into here as well. They're several days behind. We're still moving down the rails, taking forever. Next turn we should move down into Kuala Lumpur. I'm not sure if it does not look like there's any enemy units there. We will move there, then next turn we will have to take it. Those enemy units are still sitting there on that trail. Kind of surprised why they're just sitting there. But maybe they're moving and I just can't tell. We still only got one unit here at Malacca. Not much is going on here. 20 and 18. He must be splitting units up to so they could recover. Oh, Johora Baru has no damage to his airfield, so he can be building forts. Singapore, it looks the same. What the heck? I bombed them both. It's maybe just not enough damage, and looks like my recon planes didn't fly over them. Alright, Sumatra and Java, nothing going on. Down here we do have an AP, and that one's probably that tanker. Hopefully my subs will continue to get some hits here. We got more convoys either heading back for troops or moving with troops. Here is the Xinjiang, Kuching, the northwest corner invasion forces, covered by Carrier Force 3. And we'll move southwest this turn, and then turn after they will start landing, so they are 2 days from their targets. More ships coming north and south here from Samoa. Samoa's loading more men up. Looks like we've cleared all the mines at Hong Kong. That is excellent. That is a level 8 port, which means I should be able to rearm pretty much any of my ships. I still got convoys moving up and down here from the Formosa area down to Luzon. Dropping that. This guy's heading back. This guy should be just unloading maybe one more turn. We took Manila, which is good. We need Manila. Well, we don't need it, but I want it out of the enemy hands so it doesn't produce any supplies in that form. Let's see. 1 damage manpower. 9 damage resources. Oh, a quarter of the light industries damage. And the shipyards beat the hell. That's not surprising, being how much I bombed it. I'll definitely repair the shipyard. I might repair the light industry, but probably not. So I'm producing, what was that? 76 supplies a day now here, provided I have enough resources. Yep, I picked up 100. I picked up what 20-some thousand fuel out of Manila. Looks like I got a good amount of supplies as well. Moving to different bases. We can now move all of our forces from down here up to Manila, and then we can move into Clark and Iba. We should be taking Puerto Princesa this turn. Well, we should take all 3 of these bases this turn. Menando fell. The industries perfect, and the resources are good, so that'll start producing me 4 supplies a turn. Not a whole lot, but hey, every supply is nice. There's that stupid enemy ship. I'm not sure why this guy didn't react into him. Oh well. Babel's up, loading and unloading constantly. It also increased the port this round. We're still unloading here at Sarong. We're still loading at Menakari. We got troops moving to truck. Ships moving all over the place here. Here's the Brabal invasion force right here. Here's 4 carriers of KB. We will come down into the Bismarck Sea. And then these guys will come right down, and we will probably take Kavieng and Rabal at the same time. We took a tape. Oh, that is 2 light industry and 2 resources. Huh, okay. More supplies. Still unloading supplies here and here. These guys are going to be heading over to truck to regroup and start being productive members of the Navy. This convoy will reach Wake this turn and unload. Then we'll pick up more troops and bring them back because we need those troops elsewhere. I don't need 2 regiments sitting on Wake. I got a tank regiment and infantry regiment. Definitely need that first Formosa out of there, and those tanks will be useful elsewhere. Marianas are doing fine. Got several base forces coming south to truck for the Solomons. Guys coming back, offloading engineers into China to build more railroads. Convoy. This convoy has finally arrived from Shikuka, and we'll be unloading there. Resizing float planes up in China. Let's see. He's running. Got a unit there. Oh, I know one thing I'm going to look at. This guy, the Betty unit. He's no longer targeting Wen Chao. He's the one that bombed the guys up in the swamp. So what that tells me is Wen Chao has no enemy forces holding it. So as soon as I can get some troops there, I will take that base. It has a pretty high garrison though of 80, so we'll have to be careful of that. Ting Chao should fall this turn. Got men there. All these men here are fleeing west. Yeah, I'm guessing these are the men from Wen Chao. Chusian. Not sure what's going on everywhere. What's he got here? 3 troops there, 10,000 men. Yeah, that's an army headquarters, a base force, and a mauled corps. I'm hoping I can get there and damn it. Hope I get there and maybe take that base. That would be a nice foothold on the other side of the river. Nothing going on around in Kang still. He hasn't hit all. It does not look like he's reconning it. I'm slowly building up supply. I wish transports could carry stuff both ways. I would be taking the supplies and pulling my paratroops out because they don't need to be here anymore. But my tanks are all. They didn't. What's going on? Interesting. I thought that was a road there. Oh, no, it's not. Okay. It's not a full road. I'm not sure what that it doesn't cross rivers must be slower. Otherwise, my tanks have arrived in Qingdao, which also looks like it's empty. He's running. Looks like he's holding Xinjiang, which is fine because I plan on taking these two, then coming up here and taking Nanyang, and that will cut off the troops to Xinjiang without any way to get supplies. And then I'll be able to march right up to take Cyan and open up this whole area here, which is not an immediate push into Chongqing, but it is a big dagger pointed at the heart of China. While a lot of his troops are still in the south, I can possibly get it up in here. Chongqing again, crazy to crack 17 units. So we'll see. I bombed Changsha this turn, not enough fort building. They're still playing an important role in China's defense. Making my bombers not fly, or when they do fly, they are much less effective at hitting their targets. But it's just the nature of the beast. I can't wait till we get heavy bombers, because those, I don't want to say they ignore complete weather, but they're less affected by weather compared to the basic medium bombers or level bombers or 2-engine bombers, whatever you want to call them. There's 50 million words for about every unit and ship in this game. All depends on what flavor you wish to use. But overall, we had some big gains this turn. Let me pull my notes over. See, we captured Fuchao, Manila, Calayan, Atape, and Manado. Manado and Manila are the big ones. We built several airfields. We got a port built at Babel. We got and so forth. So overall, we are moving along, not as fast as some people. Some people have like all the Solomons and South Pacific mostly conquered by now. It's just, it varies. Every game's different. Depends on both players. I am a little more cautious, a little slower at expanding. I deem myself more of a economic, logistics, and defensive player than I am an aggressive player. If I ever did like a 2v2, I'd pair myself with some super aggressive player. He'd handle like the expansion and attacking, and I'd handle all the logistics and base building and that. But that's not what this is, so just my basic notes. One note here you could see. I'll actually go in game and show it. We'll see how well we're pairing up. You can see who their next target is. Once I take Northwest Borneo, that will open up the ability to strike into Sumatra. And I use my first landing is usually here. I'm taking a full division. I'll probably throw some tanks and base forces in the mix, because once you take it, you need to put fighters over it, or else he could bomb it. Different allied players have different feelings on bombing oil and resources and industry. Now, towards in 44, 45 in Japan, it's all fair game. Some players like to bomb the hell out of the oil anywhere they can, at any time they can. Some players don't. I completely expect to have all the oil in Burma destroyed. Was it at I'll have that for, it's hard to say, but that usually gets bombed from the heavy bombers out of India. That will be the first casualty. Usually that's bombed flat. To be honest, Japan does not need this oil. It is extra, but every drop of oil is gives you more economic possibilities. So that's pretty much the turn. Not super exciting, but some good moves this turn. We're still moving forward. Haven't really suffered any major catastrophic losses yet. Knock on some wood. If you like the videos and want me to keep going, just give me a like, possibly even subscribe. And until the next turn, see you guys later.